Millions of pet parents are shopping.
Via the website. I don't see him on his live on YouTube. Huh. Please do. Okay, on the website. I don't see him on. Okay, anti-tracker. I see you. You got me. I'm coming, anti-tracker. I'm gonna help you send out your email. Okay. Cop fly, everyone. I'll talk to you guys later. Gonna help you send.
return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Hey guys, you know, here's the thing with this stupid YouTube system, is that when you put a live stream as unlisted, I can't get the freaking link for it. I sit there and click on the little thing that says view it on the watch page, and it just takes me to my home page with no video, and so I have no way to get it unless somebody happens to be on the live stream page and they get it, like what happened with Bird of Prey. So oh, I didn't even realize I still have the game up there. I just finished, obviously, most of you already know, just finished uploading my official response to Lore Reloaded's official apology for his video from the other day, which was yeah. But yeah, that was funny. All right, so Darth, since you're here now, you know, Darth Revan, I'm really kind of mad at you right now because we were working on your island and then you just disappeared from the live stream earlier today. What happened? Who was the first comment on the video? Me. I actually put first, anyone there? It shows 4 people watching, and then Mr. Miles says, read my last comment. So, oh, but Thomas, yes, you're the first on the actual response video to Lore. Yes, there is that. Yeah, so Darth, what happened to you? Why'd you disappear in the middle of the stream? Had to go to my mother, came home. Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. Good to see you, Doctor. And thank you, Bird of Prey, for getting the email notification out. I really do appreciate it. Without you guys, man, I couldn't do this. So, Darth, let me show you what we do. And by the way, I did make, while the video was rendering, I made a little bit of a change to Bird of Prey's district. I added trams. So everywhere in Bird of Prey's district is going to have trams. I also moved your house up on top of the hill because I figured that a good mafia boss wants to overlook his minions there, and so where this university is where you used to be, where your house used to be. So that's one thing I changed. The trams, obviously, other than that, I haven't really changed anything other than delete a few extraneous buildings here and there. And, of course, so I hope you're ready for this, Darth Revan. You ready? I'll wait until I know you're there. So, yes, it's a transport. My ass is ready, but what about the rest of you? All right, so let's jump over the beard whiskers here so we can get there. All right. Man, I just stupid mouse. All right. So, do you see that gigantic building off in the horizon, Darth? Yes, yes, because that is your island. Now, just so you know, this is the true Sith Cathedral. Do a trench run between the whiskers. So, true Sith Cathedral is, of course, the centerpiece of your empire. Of course, you already know that you have the Trum. Is that Trum or Trum? I assume it's Trum Hall. Don't know what that means. And yeah, we'll get to that in just a minute, Alex. And so then we did name the streets while you were at. So you are living on God Save the Queen Avenue. Now you can change if you want me to. I'll change that name. But you know, we're trying to think of something that. Can I say my name? No. Hiren is what I'm guessing your island's name is. So, well, you want me to? You see, that's the thing. I was actually asking you what you want me to name it when you disappeared from the stream. So what would you like the street to be called, Darth? And I will change it right now for you. Yeah, I do think Darth Revan is definitely compensating. Well, the Sith in general are always trying to compensate. That's kind of how it goes. It looks too sunny for an Irish island. Well, that's just because I have the set to always daytime. Of course, at night, the crime comes out because of the Irish. So Darth, you got to tell me what you said. Change it now. So what do you want it to be? You have to type something in. I can't change. Okay. Change. What is with you and these stupid names? Okay. Saoirse way. I assume the second Y was a typo. Alright, so you got a little dirt road in front of your mansion. And I don't know what that is. Oh, you got a little corner store next to your place. And you also have a little cafe. That's nice. So let's do this. Let's see. What do you want the cafe right next door to you to be called? Because I know you prefer Korean food and dog parks, but I need to know what you want your little mug cafe to be called. No, I am not going to call it that. Let's see. Dog parts? I like that. Trum is your old family name? Okay. That's right. Now blast his island with tornadoes because that's how it happened to me. Well, Mr. Miles, you missed it. I did that earlier, but we'll do it again in a minute. But first, I need to get Mr. Miles' name that he wants for this building. This is a little cafe that's right next door to your house. The Sewage Pit. Very nice. Sounds tasty. All right. So this, so we have, however you say that name for the street. Then we come down here, and we have Irish Life Lane. Now, Irish Life Lane is where your, oh wow, that changed. This is where your Beagle Bites is. Now you can see it doesn't look like too many people want to go to the Beagle Bites place. It's kind of run down at this point. So, I'm sorry about that, but it's just not popular. However, the food production is still at work. You got a regular supply of Beagle Bites right in here. And of course we have some good Irish people just living around on the island. Now, here's something that you didn't know. You have a neighbor now. Show them the police station. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so the police station's, I think this is the police station. It's called the St. Patrick's Police Station. And then, where did we put the fire department? Is that it? There we go. Pope Francis Holy Fire Destroyers. So that was suggestions from the gang here. Now, so, like I said, there is, in fact, a neighbor for you, Darth. So, if we follow the freeway... Oh, look at that. There's another island. And it is called the Eye of Cacophony. Man, I don't know why I can't pronounce that. They only use holy water. Yes. At the fire department, yes. So the Isle of Cacophony is Dr. Alex's place. So you and Dr. Alex are, of course, next door neighbors. Now, one very important fact about this is that there is, in fact, a linking... I changed it, by the way, from a pedestrian bridge to an actual driving bridge. So, Tom Baker Boulevard, and I also moved so you have a little row of TARDISes there in front of your house, Dr. Alex. And then, Anti-Checker, watching you play this made me want to reinstall Shogun Total War. I spent 3 frigging hours on that yesterday. I blame you, unsubbing. Oh, sorry. But yeah, so now this is officially Booze Bridge. And because now one thing that you know, Darth Revan, is that English people love their booze. So what we did was right on the other side of Booze Bridge is another little pub called the Wasted Limey Pub. And that's where you guys, it caters to the Brits on the other side of the bridge. And they come here, they get drunk, and then they crash and fall off the bridge after getting too drunk. And what is that? Oh, there's another cafe there. So what should we call this? Let's go with the Haggis McHaggis. All right. Because that makes sense. All right, so what's this? We got a general store, quiet corner shop, Big Bite restaurant. Oh, there's another. We got 2 of these restaurants on here. So we'll walk that one. What do you want to call this restaurant? Because you did say you want all the restaurants to be Korean restaurants. So what do you want to be? On which side of the bridge do they throw up? Well, you should know better than me, Dr. Alex. Which side of the bridge is the proper side for an Englishman to throw up? How many drunk Irishmen fall off the island every day or jump off? All of them. That's why there's safety nets underneath the island. Call this restaurant Says. Okay. So, I don't know what that means, but whatever. S-A-S-S-Y-S. Oh, Sassy's! Oh, well, that was mean. So, let's see. And then you want to change the name of, what was it? The police station? Wow, I don't even know how to, what does that mean? Alright, so you don't want St. Patrick's because you're a jerk. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, so it's STOCHUNOCHNAPADRIC. What does that mean? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, I know. I just realized I was Bird of Prey's dog after I put in the name. Poor Bird of Prey. I'm sorry. But, you know. I guess that's just what we got to put up with around here. So Darth Revan said, oh, wait, and now he's just not going to say anything. So, thanks. Alright, so now let's resave this. Whoa, what the heck? You... alright. I don't know if that'll fit, but we'll try. Alright, so... I hate when it jumps around. Okay, so... There's not... GARDASIACOHINA. So what does that actually mean? I'm sure it's some kind of insult to St. Patrick, but I have no idea. R.I.P. Anti-Checker and Darth Disco and Bird of Prey 5 City. Well, first of all, Bird of Prey knows that it's not my fault that this is the most debauched district in my city. It's St. Patrick's Police Station in Irish. I'm going to do this to annoy every American I find. That's really mean. You're just a mean guy, I tell you. So, let's see. So yeah, so we have. Let's try something here. First of all, let's save the game because we don't want to do anything stupid here. Darth and Dr. done. Save. And then let's take a look at. I want to now that. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. So Darth, or not Darth, Bird of Prey explained to me a little bit about disasters. So I'm going to try to do a real tsunami. So we'll just have the target for the tsunami be right here. And see what happens. Okay, I'm going to lower the volume here, bring up Anti-Checker's response video, play it at 1.5 speed, so I'll be back. Alright, Mr. Miles, we'll probably be here when you get back. Let me know what you think. By the way, have any of you watched the response video yet? I mean, I know I just created it, but just wondering. Anti-Checker, put the speed to 3. Oh, yeah, thank you. I always forget to do that. Alright. I really hate that. The Renegade, you saw it. What did you think? Do you think that's all right? Well, I know. Cool. I mean, I know I poked a little fun at lore, but nothing serious, obviously. But I showed off a wide variety of my lore antics in there. Not Yet was streaming when you put it on. I listened to Lore's Apology. Yeah, I actually think Lore's Apology was a good video. I think he did a good job with that. So, but then apparently, and this, since you guys are the supporters here, is it Hector that thought he was alt-right? Is that who did that? But now somebody kicked Lore off of my Discord, and I have to say, I'm a little peeved about that, because I think Lore took that personal. He thought that I did that. So I don't know who did it, but whoever did it, I'd like to know why. And if it was one of you guys, please let me know, because I want to know what happened. Did Lore do something, or did somebody just do it to be funny, or did they do it just because they thought Lore was needed to be kicked? I actually did talk to Captain George earlier about it. He said he did not do it, and I put a comment in my moderator channel to see if anybody there has done it. I know the couple of people that have seen that post have said that they did not do it. So, we'll see. Oh yeah, aren't I supposed to... Where's the stupid disaster screen? Dang it, it's at 5.5. I forgot to set it to 10. Ah! And then I did that. That was really stupid of me. I'm a nationalist monarchist, but still not quite alt-right. Okay. So, where's the tsunami? I'm still waiting for the tsunami. It's possible it was a glitch. I kind of doubt it was a glitch that just happens to delete Lore Reloaded the day after he posts a mean video about me. So that's why I'm a little concerned. I assume somebody was probably trying to act on my behalf, say, oh, well, if Lore's going to be trolling anti-checker, let's just get him out of here. But, you know, obviously... there you go. I didn't destroy any of your streets, no. Okay. So I was still waiting for that tsunami to show up. Nothing happening here. When I die hard Republican nationalist, when I am a diehard Republican nationalist, I don't care about your beliefs. I will get on with you anyway. Remember, you need to take my wrench. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Thomas. So, Thomas, you're kind of the opposite of Mr. Miles, because you're always trying. You know, I gave you a wrench, and you want to get rid of it, but I can take care of that right now. And moderator. All right, Thomas. You should no longer have a wrench. Can you have his wrench? Your wrench is right here, Mr. Miles. You have got the most spectacular wrench of anybody in the history of wrenches. So I don't know what you're complaining about. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for the stupid tsunami. Where's the tsunami? I am Revan, you blind idiot. Oh. I am so sorry, Darth. And yeah, I'm a blind idiot. I'll take that because, yeah, that was stupid of me. Uh-oh, what's going on? We're running out of power over on the Great British Isles here. And I think it's mainly because they're stealing power from the Irish windmills. But the Irish are not great wind people. You confused me with Miles twice. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, you know, I'm old. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to that. So, I don't see any tsunamis. Shouldn't I have had a tsunami by now? I think that there's something wrong here. I'm blaming Bird of Prey because he's the one that's educated me on this game. You're American. I get you're a twit. Oh, jerk. So let me see if I can fix something here. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's see how many people we can kill with a single volley of meteors.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Well,
Astrologists report that a devastating
there you
meteor will
go.
strike the city in the near future. Residents should
Single
seek
strike
shelter
pretty much took
immediately
out there.
if
Yeah.
any is available. Astrologists report that a
Yeah, I don't get why the
devastating meteor will
tsunami
strike
never
the
seems
city
to
in the
work.
near future. Residents should seek shelter
Look
immediately.
at that beautiful
if any is
tsunami, though,
available.
coming off of...
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is
Ooh,
available.
man, that was a good hit there.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor
Yeah,
will
I
strike
think
the
this
city
is,
in the near
see,
future.
now this is how you
Residents
destroy
should seek
people.
shelter
Yeah,
immediately
go for the
if any is
schools.
available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter.
So yeah,
if
this
any
is
available.
definitely not good for
Astrologists
bird of
report
prey
that
here.
a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near
I don't
future.
think there's any survivors in your
should
residence
seek shelter
there.
immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the
Yeah,
city
the
in
playgrounds
near
are
future.
gone.
Residents
The
should
dog
seek
park's
shelter
gone.
immediately if
Korean
any is
restaurants are
available.
gone.
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and water.
Oh, now the tsunami's
A
gonna
tsunami
hit.
has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future.
The money shot, yeah, I remember
Should
that.
Seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
See, Bird,
Astrologists
I'll tell you,
report that
this
a
is how you
devastating
kill
meteor will
people right
strike the
here.
city in the near future.
You just systematically
Residents
wipe
should
them
seek
out.
shelter immediately if any is available.
Instead, you see, the problem
A
is you
meteor
just kind of
strike has
randomly do
occurred.
things.
Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike
Tsunamis
has
take
occurred.
10 minutes? Wow.
Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
No wonder.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any
Dr.
is
Alex,
available.
Dr. Alex, what happened to your
A meteor
people?
strike has
Oh!
occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Although, so
A
now
meteor
here's what
strike
I don't
has occurred.
understand.
Avoid the impact
Oh
site
yeah, I
and
killed them
head to
all. Look at
shelter
that.
if
Look
any
at
is
that.
available.
Populate. See, now that's how you do it, Bird of Prey. I wiped out the entire population of the map with one complete volley. I'm just saying. Some people can do that. So, I'm just letting you know that I can do that. So when Mr. Miles gets back, I was thinking we should work on his island a little bit. Why hit you twice? You're already dead because you're Irish. Just finished Atrix response to Laura. He said, one of my subs pointed out in reference to Laura's original video. That's not the amazing Alpha Wrench Chief. I should have said the amazing Alpha Wrench Chief Engineer, Mr. Miles. I will try to remember that in the future. So just for that, Mr. Miles, we'll do a little bit of work on your island today. So I assume, Mr. Miles, you would want your house up here on the top of Wrenchmeat Bay. The Narn will rise again, only if they have Viagra. Thomas says, please read my last comment because that's Thomas's favorite thing to me. They're already dead. Let them die in peace. Speaking if we should target the cemeteries. Did he actually say that? That's a good one. So, Mr. Miles, Now you need to respond, or else I won't do anything. But is that where you want? Yeah, it sounds like a good place for your house. Okay, so we're gonna put your house on the hill up here. Then so now we got to pick a house that is suitable for Mr. Miles. And so let's take a look at Modern Art Stadium. Now, what do we want for Mr. Miles's house? How about that? There you go. I like that one. That's going to be Mr. Miles' house right there. All right, so we'll put that right about there. So we need a road. And do you want your and Mr. Miles, do you want your house looking over the bay? Because your city is going to be on the front of this wrench. So yeah, I think that would be best. We'll have it overlook the bay. And so we need to put a road there. And let's do... All right, Mr. Miles. I know you love Hobbit house because you're high, but give me a normal one. Oh, no, you're not getting a normal house. You're getting a big... All of you guys get big, massive houses. Don't worry. Finally, my next The Doctor vid is cut together. Oh, man, I can't wait to see it. Well, actually, I can. And Darth Revan is saying, read my last comment. And check Discord. I got a new job. Awesome, Darth. That is all right. So I got to pause the game in order to check Discord. Where are you going to work? And wow, you got a Shinzo. You're a Shinzo ops op. No, you see, that's a cadet badge there. That's cool though. So is that really something you got? Let's go to main stuff so you can see it. And now I gotta wait for it to pop up because my computer wants to be slow. Sitting on the dock of the bay. So, so yeah, this is, see, now that's the cadet badge, if I remember correctly, right? Right, so let's turn, that is pretty cool, though. I want my house to be at the highest point of the island so I can look down on my inferiors. Absolutely, that's what we'll do, because that just fits you. All right, so it also means that your house will be very, very difficult to hit with a tsunami, so you should like that as well. So, ooh, but we did that. Let's look at growable. There we go, residential. That's a nice little house. So I think we're gonna give you a normal, nice house. I know exactly where we're going to put it. All right, so you're going to have a long driveway. Asteroid only his city when it's done. Oh, of course. Well, don't worry. You see, fortunately, while you see what happened, Dr. Alex, is since your island is covered with TARDISes, the timeline reset, so it's all back. So don't worry. The event did not take out your TARDISes. All right, so we got some prime real estate set aside here for Mr. Miles. So, Mr. Miles, do you prefer grass on your driveway or trees on your driveway? It's important. And in fact, I think we're going to do, yeah, I'm going to do a little loop for your driveway as well. Ooh, timey-wimey cheaty. Okay. How's that cheaty? But I need to know, Mr. Miles, if you want grass or if you want trees. Grass? I assume that's grass. All right. So let's do the grass. We start here. And then we'll switch to curved road. This is going to be a challenge here. All right. Let's do this. We'll put a small piece of road right here. Ah, let's do straight road. See, I'm giving you a loop driveway and everything. You think the Time Lords are a bit cheaty? Well, yeah. I mean, the Time Lords are they're cheap. They cheat a lot. All right, so here's your driveway, and so now we got to find your house here. I thought there's a couple of nice houses here. So we got to go house shopping here. I want the grass strain to be Purple Crush. Okay, well, you can call it whatever you want. Alright. So there's option number 1. What do you think? You like that house, Mr. Miles? It's a nice, pretty good size house. Detached garage. Got a nice playground in the back. What do you think? Like that one, or you want me to find something a little more extravagant for you? Here's one with a fence. You deserve better? Wow, okay. Well, let's see. That's a little farmhouse. We want... Here we go. That. And... Ah, there's a nice one. Let's take a look at that one. How about that? That's a nice little house for you. It's even got solar panels on the roof. What do you think? Is that a doable house for you? They all have padded walls for you, Mr. Miles. But I need to make sure that this is a good fit for you. Matt B. Mr. Miles' house should be just across the water so you can see the wrench but can't get to it. You want a mother-in-law home on there too? I can do that for you. We can do that. So, but is this house satisfactory to you, Mr. Miles? Because I hope it is, because... Otherwise, I'm gonna go crazy. Because they disappear unless I fix it. I got a Zona. Yeah, let's see. Zona low density rental if it disappears. All right, I'll try. And all right, you approve of that house. All right. So first, we'll put your house right here. And then we need, you want a mother-in-law house. So, hopefully it won't disappear on me. Oh, of course. Shut up. We want something like... That's too big. We want a little tiny house for the mother-in-law, right? Stop building there, you stupid... How are people building houses on a road that's not even attached? That doesn't make sense. How does that make any kind of sense? You know what they need to... let's see. Oh, that might be a good one. There we go. We'll put... There's your mother-in-law house. And then we need some kind... they need to have a, like... Let's see, will a bouncy house fit there? No. Pause the game? Alright. Why am I Oh, to stop them from building houses. Yes. So, yeah, we can do that. Pause. Thank you, Bird of Prey. I never think of that stuff. And that's why you are the mafia boss. Alright, so we got a little mother-in-law house. We got your main house. And then we got to build your driveway connecting to the rest of it. Put a parking lot in there. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. You can't have too many parking lots, and that'll also make Dr. Alex very happy. Because, you know, Dr. Alex wants parking lots. Oh, thank you. Okay. Let's see. Should I get a moat in case the British... Well, you're already on an island. I don't think you need a moat. Shoot, where was the parking lot? Do you remember? And no, it's under parks. Help me out here. I can't find the stupid parking lot. What's that? A Japanese garden, huh? Okay. For me, it was in parks. Yeah, I'm looking, and I don't see it. Unless it was the other way. Let me go back. Nope. Nothing there. Nothing there. And those are just decorations. What is that? Oh, kiosk. Oh, here you go. That's something you could use right there. A nice statue. So there's Mr. Miles on a horse. That's the statue. Can't find the parking lot. Maybe you need one of those little balls on your aerial. Yeah, probably. But I think Mr. Miles would appreciate. Although I wanted to put, I was thinking put the statue right here. That's actually a better place. But then we got to get rid of that tree. It doesn't clear. There we go. What do you think? You like that let's see. Oh yeah, gotta make the house historic. We'll do that in just a minute, but let's put something else here. If Mr. Miles has parking lots on his island, then it's a TARDIS, which means Mr. Miles is a Time Lord. Mr. Miles is... Well, yeah, then we can't put that on there, because we don't want Mr. Miles to be a Time Lord. That would be very bad. And let's see. So, how about we'll put a little fountain by his house. All right. I think this is definitely a home worthy of Mr. Miles. What do you think, Mr. Miles? And Trigger, shame you can't get into the finer details. Put a statue of me with a giant wrench instead of a horse. That would be cool. That would be very cool. All right, so let's see. So what are we going to call your driveway? Mr. Miles, name your driveway, my friend. Anything you want as long as it doesn't have any four-letter words in it. I like the idea of Miles, Mr. Miles for the sex change. Do we stop? Poverty Lane. No, that's not true. Mr. Miles has his whole city here. Stoner Way. That's right, because you're into that stuff. All right. Stoner Way. All right, so Stoner Way is the official name of the street, and let's see, Mr. House. And then we got to go over here, make this one historical as well. There we go. Darth Revan demands more land. Why? You're Irish. What do you need land for? You guys would just leave it and come to America anyway. Alright, so let's see. We got... Now... So the area that Mr. Miles' town is going to be is basically what you see on the screen right now, the entire top part of the ridge. Speaking of the time and the running, can you build clock towers? I don't know. Bird of Prey is the real expert on this game. So Bird of Prey, and I better get electricity and stuff over here too. Bird of Prey, is it possible to build clock towers in this game? Inquiring minds want to know. So first we'll get electricity out here. Alright, that'll get us power at least temporarily. Then we need water. So we'll just connect to the mains over here. Ah! Let's see. My house has solar. Why does it need power? I don't know, because the mechanics of the game do not account for the fact that you have a solar-powered house. Now, alright, so now that we got your actual house there, we need to start building your neighbors. They have Big Ben. Well, Big Ben is a clock tower, that's for sure. And let's play the game for a little bit so that we can clear off those stupid warnings about no electricity and crap. And no water. There we go. Well, it's definitely not a clock tower. Yes, I know it's technically it's the bell, not the tower. Now, you see, you know, Bird of Prey, you're supposed to put those links in Discord so I don't lose them. Although with the supporter stream, that shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so that's a nice little clock tower. I'll subscribe to that. And we'll add that later. So we got Big Ben now. Darth Kilhoun says, what I missed. Well, we are actually working on Mr. Miles' place right now. How you doing? Hopefully everybody is well, and we're just kind of screwing around. Alright, so now here's the thing. So, Mr. Miles, I think so. You want to look over your inferiors. So that means we need to put plenty of inferiors down here for you. And now, be right back. Have to get ready for work. All right, Thomas, we will be here. So hopefully, you get ready soon, I guess. Let's see. I had to go stack firewood. That sucks. I remember doing that when I was a kid. But now, of course, it's very difficult to get a wood-burning fireplace anymore, so I haven't stacked firewood in a very, very long time. Alright, so first level's there. We'll take that all the way down. Too steep to put anything there. Okay, and it's gonna have this is gonna be very small houses here, but that's okay. They're small people because they are clearly Mr. Miles' inferiors. So we actually want the zones to be small. So we'll put this street right about here, see if that works. Yeah. And then we can put another street right about here. And another street right about here. Alright, so now we need to figure out how to connect all these things. When did Thomas lose his wrench? About 5 minutes ago. My fire burns coal, wood, and beagles. Darth, why are you so obsessed with killing Sassy? I really don't understand. What's your problem with Sassy? I mean, you know, granted, I'm sure Sassy is a horrifically bad dog, but I'm just wondering. Are those roads zonable? Yes. And so we're going to put low-density residential. They're very thin zones, but that... No, stop. I know she's a good dog. I know that. I'm not... But are you saying stop the zoning, or are you saying stop talking about Sassy? Yes, I think Sassy is a wonderful dog. Sassy, sit. I'm sure Sassy is not trained, but that's okay. You said she was... Oh, I did say she was a bad dog. I'm sorry. I was just messing around with you. I'm sure she's a fine little beast. Who is Sassy, Mr. Miles? You know who Sassy is. Come on, don't play silly. I think everybody here knows who Sassy is. All right, so we got some residential there. Don't you give Sassy and Sass. She's crying now. She is not crying now. But I know how to cheer her up, Bird of Prey. Alexa, red alert. Alexa, black alert. Alexa, yellow alert. Alexa, call mom. Is that should cheer her up, right? She all happy now? Or did she... Alright, so we're going to go back to... Yeah, we got to connect these. This is a weird looking neighborhood. Let's see. Wish we could hear Bird of Prey right. Well, Bird of Prey, you know, you want to, let's see. They want to hear you. Let me go over here. See if you're around. So let me know if you can hear me, Bird of Prey.
Yeah, I had to yell Alexa cancel.
Did I actually get you with that one?
Yeah, that one got to call mom, yep.
Is your mom there? I hope she's not too bad at me.
No, she took Sassy out. She said, we know when we're not wanted.
Oh, no. You see, you should tell your mom that she should. You know what? You should have your mom.
She laughs more than I do some of the time. She listens from across the room.
You should seriously. You should have your mom join you on your live streams.
I don't know if she wants to, but she's welcome to.
I'm just saying that could be a lot of fun.
You said black alert, you would have got her, but you said red alert.
Oh, I didn't know if does Alexa have a red alert?
No, she doesn't have red alert. That would be too much Star Trek.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's the thing. They can't have red alert happen in Discovery because it's too much like Star Trek. Antrigger, my neighbor's got a beagle care dog for her autistic son house 24/7, stole my Molly's teddy from my back and ripped it apart. Well, but here's the thing. Sassy is not that beagle.
No, but Sassy will rip apart stuffed animals.
So Sassy is a bad dog. That's what you're saying.
No, she's a good dog that rips apart stuffed animals.
Well, that's a contradiction in terms. Good dogs.
Well, we don't have stuffed animals in the house that aren't for Sassy to rip apart.
Ah, okay. Well, that's nice, but if Sassy goes to visit someone, aren't they gonna get like really upset?
No, they'll be happy Sassy is there. They won't miss their dog.
So you bring kids over to your place, Sassy destroys their beloved toys, and the kids are just happy as can be.
Oh, they're happy to see Sassy, but we don't really bring kids over to begin with, so it's not.
Well, that's true because you know you feel a tinge of guilt when you kill children. He's not answering, which means that he does not feel. We heard it here. It is official. Bird of Prey does not feel guilty when he kills kids.
It's like, when did you stop beating your wife? You can't answer.
No, you can answer. I simply asked if you feel guilty when you kill children.
I don't kill children.
I know you just...
Unless they really deserve it.
Well, I didn't say they didn't deserve it. At least in your warped way of thinking. All right, so this is our first little neighborhood. What do you think, Mr. Mouse, so far? Who played the original? Oh, I played all the... I'll tell you, up until when EA purchased the franchise and killed it, I played every Command & Conquer game to death. Did you ever play Command & Conquer, Bird?
Oh, yeah. Original Command & Conquer, Red Alert, and the original Warcraft games, StarCraft. I loved all those games.
Yeah, real-time strategy back then. Oh, man, that was awesome. So, this is a really odd residential neighborhood. I'm trying to get as many streets out of this as I can. Considering it's on this... this is like San Francisco type stuff here. But yeah, I really liked... the Red Alert, original Red Alert was good, but when it comes to Command & Conquer, nothing beats the original Command & Conquer. I mean, the whole story with Kane and all that, it was just fun. And of course, the whole Tiberian thing, which was stupid but fun. Wait, this I can see this is going to be a serious traffic problem, don't you think?
That is a little scary.
A little scary?
Especially since they don't connect on the other end.
Right. So the only way in or out of this entire residential area is this road right here. So the big RTS game for me was Warcraft 3. Lost a lot of time. Not me. For me, it was Command & Conquer Tiberium Sun. That's the one that wasted the most time in my life. If I get an island, I want it to be as efficient as possible. Well, Darth, you will eventually get an island, so when that happens, or you'll get a plot of land, one of the two, just depends. I only have so many islands to do. But Mr. Miles, of course, has to be on the wrench. There'll be one or two other people on the wrench. But since Mr. Miles is the most wrench horror type person I've ever met. Alright, so I could make a back way out of the neighborhood. I think that would probably be a good idea. That way there's two ways in and out rather than only one. So that should help alleviate some of the traffic. Enter, keep me and Calhoun connected. We're both Siths. That's, well, you see, the problem is... Okay, then, well, here's what we'll do. Because you guys, is Calhoun, where are you from? I'm sure, mentioned before the days I lost spanking the dark mist. I'm sure I mentioned before the days I lost spanking the dark mistress. I'm not sure what you mean. Bird of Prey 5, sing the Home on the Ranch song, but replace ranch with wrench. You're from North Dakota? I'm sorry. But what we'll do, yeah, we'll put Calhoun like over here in this area. And that way you guys can be near each other. There's two ways in, more than one. That's what she said. Yeah, oh, jeez. You guys are bad. Oh, there's Fovark land. I got lost. There we go. This is what we're working on. We're working on Wrench Me Bay. It's a euphemism. Dungeon Keeper, very addictive. I never played Dungeon Keeper. I did play, like, first dungeon crawl game I played was Eye of the Beholder. You ever play that one, Bird? And Bird has run away. He's probably Jaloja-ing. Let's see. So, that is all connected. Let's look at our electricity situation. Yeah, that's a problem. But once we get some houses in here, that'll be it. Entriger, were you into adventure games? There are not a lot of them. I'm trying to think. There's a couple I played, but like if you go way back, I played Zork and stuff like that. But as far as modern, like, are you talking point and click adventure, or are you talking about like I don't know, something else? First dungeon crawler I was Temple of Asphalt on the Trash 80. I don't remember that one. But then on the Trash 80, man, I love that computer. I mean, 4K of RAM. That was such a powerhouse machine. I'm talking puzzle, point and click, story driven. Not a whole lot. Myst I played, but you know, it's, I don't know. My favorite type of gaming of all time has probably got to be real-time strategy. I don't know why, I just really like that. So, Bird, do you actually like go through the trouble of putting pipes down on every street, or do you just do what needs to do to get coverage?
You know, it depends. I try to put them under major streets, but after that, I just kind of fill it up. See, usually when I'm not busy, if I'm committed to a map, I'll just spend a half hour and just cover the whole map with pipes.
Right, so you never have to worry about it.
Think about it again.
Yeah. I just like the idea of having a water map that covers every street. Even though I know it's not entirely necessary.
No, I get it.
Thomas says, if I get a district, can I have a skyscraper from my hometown? Only if there's a skyscraper from your hometown available. And Thomas, I don't even know what is your hometown. Because I have no idea where you live, Thomas.
I had to download the skyscraper from his town. Yes, it's available. If it's the same one that he wants.
What kind of
link to it?
What is it?
I forget what it's called, but it's something from Pittsburgh.
Okay. Andrew, speaking of games, damn you for not playing the Mass Effect trilogy. I am sorry. You know what? Maybe it's because of the fact that I don't know. Mass Effect, I tried it. I just couldn't get into it. And I know a lot of people love it, but I just couldn't get into it. I'm not saying it's bad. Just not me. Dr. Alex says, the one ASCII crawler I played to completion was Omega. Amazing depth of play for a single-player ASCII map game. I've never played that one. Although, I'll tell you, you want old-school, fun game before the modern age, play Leather Goddesses of Phobos. Oh, man. Probably most of you are probably not old enough to even remember that one. But I don't know if you're old enough to remember it. Do you remember that game?
No.
Oh, man. It was a text-only game. It was before there was such a thing as color graphics or anything. And it was hilarious and fun. And it was actually a scratch and sniff game. And so what they did was the game came with a bunch of scratch and sniff cards, but you didn't know what they were. They just had numbers on them. And then when you played the game, every once in a while, it would tell you to scratch a certain number so that you could smell what was going on. And so I'll tell you how the game starts. Like, you know, with most classic adventure games, you have to pick your gender, right? Male or female. So the way the game starts is you're in a bar and you feel the urge to go to the bathroom. So whichever room you pick becomes your gender. So if you pick the men's room, you become male. If you pick the women's room, you're female. So then, now remember, this is a text-only game. So there's no visuals other than just it telling you what's going on. And here's what happens. So you sit down on, it says, as you sit down on the toilet and begin to do your business, a familiar smell becomes wafting up to your nose. Please scratch number 1.
I would not scratch.
Exactly. That's the thing. Most people are like, I don't know. But I was brave. I scratched it, and it had a spicy smell to it, right? And then when you click that you scratched it, and then the rest of the description comes up. That's right. Somebody left a hot piece of pizza on the floor. And so you smelled the pizza. But the whole point of the game is that the leather goddesses of Phobos are trying to take over the world, and you have to stop them. And there are, I would say, if it was a graphic game, like with modern graphics and stuff, it would definitely be M for mature.
I put the links for Thomas's buildings in your Discord.
What, all those buildings?
In our Discord call. There are 3 of them. They're a set.
Yeah. And yes, I know Leather Goddesses of Phobos sounds like porn, and that's the point, and the game plays on that throughout. But the Leather Goddesses of Phobos are actually these female warriors from Phobos, which is one of Mars's moons, that are trying to take over the world, and you're trying to stop them. And so it plays out like an old Flash Gordon type adventure, except with sex. Not graphic sex, but sex. You know what, Thomas? That needs to be a game today. SJW Warriors. Although SJW Warriors, actually, you just said Social Justice Warrior.
Also, they would really just go to Twitter and tweet. They're not really fighting anything.
Well, that's true, too. But it would be a great game to have an actual game. Yeah, a lot like Barbarella, yes. Barbarella is a great way to describe Leather Goddesses of Phobos. All right, so now, Bird. If I have an area zoned, does it pass electricity, or does there have to be a building there?
No, a zone doesn't do anything without a building.
Okay. So the only way I can ensure electricity up to the top is to actually have buildings connecting all the way up, right?
Well, I mean, you have to connect exactly, but yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
That's why I try to put like parks or police departments, services to kind of pull the power through.
Yeah, the problem with this residential area is that's not going to be doable there, but we could we're going to have to put our emergency services like over here.
Or, of course, you could use the power lines, but, you know, those are ugly.
Well, and that's, yeah, what I tend to do when I've been working on this is I'll lay down power lines, and then as soon as I can, I get rid of them. Mr. Miles says, are you talking about the original cyber sex? Well, Leather Goddesses, it's funny because, for example, it's not particularly graphic. So, like, if you walk up and there's a beautiful woman in front of you, and then you type in something like the F word, her, right? And then the computer will say, you gently caress, and the two of you spend a wonderful evening together, and you wake up the next morning in her bed, right? That's all that'll say. And then if you say it again, it'll just say, so, you decide to do it again, and now it's the afternoon. You say it again. Oh, well, you did it again. Now it's the evening. You know, it'll just keep going. So, it's not like it has detailed descriptions of the, what do they call it? What does Bortus call it? Is it the sexual
event? The sexual event?
The sexual event, yes. That is like the best name I've ever heard. All right, so I assume, now Mr. Miles, I assume you want all the emergency services to have very quick access to you, but you're not concerned about your inferiors. That's generally the feeling that I get, is that you are perfectly content to have all of your inferiors die a horrible death. Mecha played a Japanese game where they slapped an anime girl. Why am I not even the slightest bit surprised by that? I'd say the TRS-80 is still probably the nicest keyboard of any computer. You know, I like the TRS-80 computer, and correct me if I'm wrong, Doctor, but if I remember right, the TRS-80, the enter key was like white, and the rest of the keys were black, making it really stand out, which was actually kind of handy. Alright, so we're going to take advantage of all the real estate we can here. And see if we can get our emergency services set up. So, we need police. I'll put them right here. We need fire. And we need medical. Good. They all fit. Sings ring. Yeah. No, you want the people to get access for. Well, the problem is that there's not enough room down here for them to be placed. Yeah, I don't think that they're. Yeah, the people are going to be suffering. Just to let you know, your people are definitely going to be suffering. But I will make sure. Because, you know, every town needs a good crematorium. Because that makes sense. You could like get maximum happiness by just plopping tons of crematoriums, huh? Oh, that's a sauna. I put a sauna down instead of a medical center. So congratulations, you can relax and all that. All right, there we go.
Surprisingly, it's all counted as medical.
I saw my Amiga 500 in the loft, fired it up. I wonder if it would catch fire. That's a good question. They kept... Oh, yeah, I remember the 1 gigabyte. Well, I had an Atari 800, which at the time was a powerhouse of a computer, and it had 1 megabyte of memory, which at the time, 1 megabyte was incredible. And so I'm sure, Darth, you meant the 1 megabyte barrier, not the 1 gigabyte barrier, because the original computers, obviously, like the TRS-80, the original one had 4 kilobytes of RAM. Then there was computers with 8, with 16, 32, 64. Eventually got to 640K by the time we got to the original Windows. And at that point, Bill Gates said infamously, there will never be a need for more than 1 megabyte of RAM. And but I had one of the first 1 megabyte computers. And yes, Thomas, the Atari 800 was a powerful computer for its day. I had a megabyte of memory. It had 16 color graphics. And get this, it had a disk drive, but it also had a cartridge drive that would take cartridges very similar to the old Atari 2600 cartridges. So, for example, if you were going to program in BASIC, you wouldn't have to put the BASIC programming language in the disk drive and load it. You pop in the BASIC cartridge and instant boot. And I know you said a gigabyte, not a megabyte, but if you're talking the 80s, it had to be a megabyte. Because kilobytes is how we measured memory back then. So if it was back in the 80s, it was megabytes. Just letting you know. Alright, so... Actually, I kind of like the design of this. You know, since yours is on this really steep hill, so it's an interesting challenge. The Atari ST was the direct competition for the Amiga. Was the ST... that was their gaming, their like next gen gaming console, right? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Unfortunately, yeah, that's too steep for any houses there. What's that, boss?
Dirt roads, you can get much deeper.
Oh, really? So dirt roads are better for like vertical...
For mountains and stuff, yeah.
Well, now you tell me. Although that's a decent amount of residential for considering the nature of this island. Now, we're going to need a little bit of commercial. And we're going to need some parks. We're going to put all that right here. Put some commercial up there. And then we need at least a couple of parks. And that's not what I wanted. There we go. So we'll put a playground right here. Well, I don't think we should put children near Darth Revan. I mean Mr. Miles. ST520 built-in disk drive looked almost identical to the A500. Less good sound, fewer coprocessors. I don't remember that one. He cut me off for Bird of Prey. I see it as favor mafia boss over me. You know what? You're right. First of all, I don't want to get killed. And we all know how people that dare to speak ill will of Bird of Prey end up disappearing.
If I cut you off, I apologize, Mr. Miles. I didn't realize.
He'll be all right. All right, so we got a botanical garden up here because why not? A Lannister always pays his debts. Well, maybe so, but Game of Thrones still sucks. Maybe I should have asked you if you like Game of Thrones before I said that, because you might order a hit on me now.
You're allowed to have as many wrong opinions as you want.
Oh, so you like Game of Thrones, huh?
I mean, yes. It is pretty much probably the best television show in the last 15 years.
Darth Calhoun says, did I just hear that? Did you? What's that? That Game of Thrones sucks? Hey, it worked. Check it out. There's enough houses here to get the power all the way up the hill.
And yes, dirt roads do make covered bridges. Thomas is correct. They make pretty nice covered bridges if you go over water. Or any ravine.
But do they make covered bridges that love the land like a man loves a Jeep? And I'm still trying to figure out how you love that Jeep. Do I have Star Trek Armada 2? I had it a long time ago, but I don't have it anymore.
It was my first and only new car I purchased.
That Jeep?
Like, I leased a new car, but it was the only car I ever purchased new.
So why now? I haven't watched that whole video of yours where you're driving that Jeep. Why were you getting rid of it?
It had come out of warranty. It was having lots of little issues, and I just, as much as I liked it, if I kept it, it was just going to rot because I didn't want to waste money on having two cars when it's only me.
Right.
And I actually had a third Jeep. I actually had another car. It was a Jeep anyway. So I figured I'd trade it in, get money off the new thing I was getting, which was a nice Infiniti QX56. But I really missed the Jeep.
So, and then how long after that was it that you ended up stuck where you're at now?
I got the Infiniti in 2007, and I got sick in 2009. So
only 2 years.
I had like a year and a quarter, almost a year and a half with the Infiniti.
Dr. Alex has never owned a new car. I have not. I leased a new car once, but I've never owned a new car.
Well, the fact my job was giving me a monthly car allowance really helped. So,
yeah, that would be nice. The blood and cement just couldn't get cleaned in the Jeep anymore. Is that okay? That makes more sense to me. I think that's probably closer to the truth than what Bert is saying. So, is that what it is? The murder rate was just too much?
Well, it's better to have more prints on it.
There you go. You're boy, Bird of Prey, he's admitting a lot of stuff here. All right.
And it's not a crime to have more fingerprints on a vehicle.
Well, actually, if those fingerprints are from a crime scene, that is a crime.
You're assuming.
No, I didn't assume anything. I'm just saying, if that is the case, then you would be guilty of a crime. So we'll put some residential over here. This is like the high-end guys right here because they have their own little off-ramp. And, yeah, they're special. But it also means that if they have an emergency, it's going to be hard for them to get help. Dancing, should I get you a dress? What? I have no idea what you guys are talking about now. All those extra prints on my old cars were a useful cover. Oh, when you were offing somebody for Bird here? Okay. It's very, very disturbing sometimes, I just have to say. Alright, so... Ooh, this can work. Alright, let's do this. Let's go make... Oh, wait, you said the dirt roads are best. Let's go to the dirt. Oh, yeah, dirt roads can handle just about anything, it looks like. And... there. So now we have 2 freeway on-ramps that connect to your residential area. How's that? Better? Darth Killian says, I asked my dad for a dragon on my name day. I assume that's a Game of Thrones reference. How do the gods convey their messages? By raven or by horse? The gods generally sent Mercury to do it. Don't trust your imp. I don't have one. I'm fresh out of imps. Unfortunately, the last one got sick, and I didn't really know what to do. One thing led to another. Now I don't have an imp. And of course, Darth Revan is saying by the Raven because he's Darth Revan. And Revan sounds a lot like Raven. So are you all caught up on Game of Thrones then? You've seen whatever season they're on?
Yeah, I'm waiting anxiously for, I think, April. It's coming back. Final season.
And
you need to give it another chance.
well, here's the thing.
I know. You said Ned is dead.
Yes. So
Well, people die.
yes, that doesn't mean that I have to enjoy that fact. I mean, I know
If
you...
Spock had died, would you have stopped watching Star Trek? Like, stay dead.
You mean if he died in the TV show?
Yeah, let's say he died in season 2 of TOS.
Well, but here's the thing. Spock wasn't the only good character on the show.
There are other good characters. You just haven't noticed them yet.
Who else in the in season 1 of Game of Thrones? What other character was a clear, morally good character?
Arya Stark.
Is that the wife?
It's the youngest daughter.
Okay, yeah, I remember her. Yeah, but I didn't like her very much. Can I join voice to fight for Game of Thrones, please? You learn to say her name right.
Arya.
Arya, is that how you say it? George R. R. Martin, kill everyone. Why are you surprised? You know what? I don't care for Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. It's like the first episode, one of the first things you see is incest, which is like, isn't that the conception of Joffrey or something? But I don't remember.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of incest.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, see.
I'm not going to pretend there isn't.
Right. So, if you happen to find incest revolting, Darth Revan is getting really mad. All right, so Darth Revan, let me see how. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. How do we do this? Turn on camera. I thought there was a way to add someone to a call. I don't see it. There's settings, but that doesn't help me. And now
We could go to the live stream simulcast.
that's true. We can do that. Let's go. Okay, so we'll hang up this call. Let's switch over to the live stream simulcast since nobody else knows we're here. Don't go telling people. And so if you guys want, you can go to the live stream simulcast. We'll just be hanging out there. And if I can remember how to get there. And we go to Patreon live stream chat. Oh, there's actually a Patreon live stream chat. Although not all of you may have the right access for that. Oh, that's not audio though. All right, so let's go to
Control.
There we go. You there?
I'm here still.
All right. You sound sad about that.
No. Do I sound lower?
No, you're just like, I'm here still. You kind of like had that Eeyore thing going.
I thought Darth was here, but then he disappeared.
Well, it looks like he's there.
Oh, there. I had to scroll down. Darth, you might have to hit the control key to speak. Or unmute yourself.
Yeah, because it shows you're muted, Darth. It won't let you? All right, let me take a look here. I don't know if I can unmute you. Man, this is different than on the phone. Let's see. So I click on you.
I took off his server mute. That's like some type of local mute.
Yeah, you're the one that has it muted, Darth, not me. Still waiting on you, Darth. Okay,
There he is.
Yeah, you're not muted now. So say something.
Hold down control, Darth.
Darth is definitely having problems. He's just not going to figure this out, is he? By the way, how come the ocean level goes up? Is there tides in this game?
There are tides.
Oh, that would explain a lot. I've done so many maps, or I've started to do maps, and then every single time it's like I get a little ways and all of a sudden everything is flooded. So I didn't know that. So Darth is still trying to figure out how his computer works. So Darth, yes, hold down try this. Try pressing the hold button or pressing the control button and then talking and see if we can hear you then.
Or whatever button you have for push to talk set.
Right. Yeah, it could be another button.
Set.
Yeah, why is doing, let's see. And while we're doing that, Mr. Miles, let's do... Looks like we do need more residential. So there's a pretty good demand for residential. So try yelling loudly, says Thomas. Yes, just scream at the top of your lungs as for hours on end. Don't worry, nobody will notice. So what are your thoughts on the tram in the game?
It's like Disneyland. I like it.
Yeah. Well, then you're glad I put a tram in your area?
Oh, I mean, yes, I like it in my area. I don't personally use it in the game.
You
Just
don't.
because Subway is so much more efficient and easier.
Oh, because of the fact that you don't have to. Now with Subway, do you have to run the trains? Like, do you put the stations in there, or do you just? I know you can put the
Yeah,
entrances.
you've got to put down stations. You've got to connect them with tubes, and then you've got a set line so that it stops at each station.
So
Okay,
I have an
Darth,
idea.
hold
Leave
on.
Discord
I've
chat.
got to unmute you again.
How do you get muted again?
Oh, when he comes back to the chat, you think he's suppressed again. Yeah. Okay, Darth, I've unmuted you from my end.
All right, Darth, try now. Maybe. The subways here only provide food, not transport. Wait, what? Oh, Subway. I get it. Subway, like, eat fresh. I hate. Yeah, gotcha. That was.
Darth, are you in the web page or are you in the app? Oh, he says he can call us both.
Is he talking about like in Discord?
I guess.
All right. Because I assume he's not planning on making an international phone call here. That would not be worth it. It would be hilarious, but it would not be worth it. All right, so yeah, we can do that. And so, well, of course, you should be able to call us even, or can you not call when somebody's in a voice channel?
Well, let's just disconnect and give it a minute and see what happens.
All right. I mean, I don't even know how. How do you disconnect from a voice channel? As he has already left. Okay, so now I'm alone in this voice channel, but I don't know what I'm doing. Well, this is exciting. Get cups in a string. Yeah, that would be a ways to go.
Okay, you...
Go ahead, Bird.
You've got to hit the phone plus to disconnect.
No, that's create channel. Where's the phone plus? I didn't do, no, that didn't do anything.
Okay, at the bottom.
Ah, okay. Disconnect. Got it. Got it. Okay. You can tell. See, I'm such an expert when it comes to Discord. Darth Killen, you don't think you're on the Discord? Well, the description should have the Discord link there. You're always welcome, my friend. I honestly, I don't go to Discord a lot other than for this stuff, but now I gotta wait and see if Darth is gonna call. If not, then, you know, his loss, but that's okay. Alright, let's get this one. He needs to add me as a friend. Who's he? Are you? I think you're already a friend of mine, aren't you? So, let me see here. Join call.
Hello!
Hey, well, we got that part. So, are you trying to get Bird of Prey going?
Yep! No, just me on this side. Oh, Jesus.
It's good to see that we're such masters of modern technology for all of you.
Well, you are! Okay, so now you have to add me as a friend so I can get Bird into this.
So,
okay.
do I need to do anything?
Yeah, you need to add me as a friend. Because you're the person I'm talking to.
Alright, so add friend. Alright, there.
Yay! Now I can pester you with birthday presents and shit.
Well, that's alright. You know, I only go on a Discord like once every 6 months anyway. Alright, so you don't actually have to yell, Thomas. Want to make sure that you knew.
Well, I was about to go out my back and start screaming. Can you hear me?
Well, plus, you know, he's Irish, so you have to understand Irish people are easily excitable, very passionate people.
Yes, we recently got the light bulb. Have you heard of this thing? It's called the light bulb.
Yes, yeah, light bulbs are a thing.
But dude, as we were saying, you need to get your ass past Sean Bean Dime because the universe hates him because his first and last name don't sound the same.
Well, I understand that Game of Thrones has a huge following,
which you're stupid for not being part of.
No. You see, here's the thing.
Look at SG1. And how you felt about SG1 at first. Now you love SG1. You're going to do reviews on it. You need to get a part of Game of Thrones.
But Game of Thrones is so negative.
It's not.
What do you mean it's not?
That's only the first season.
I think you're only saying that because of the fact that you're Irish.
Season 2 literally has Daenerys going from having 2 of her horse riders getting their heads cut off to leading a bloody empire.
Well, then why didn't they do that in season 1 so that...
Because they needed to build up the reasons for the rest of the season. Season 1 is literally the entire basis for why everything else happens. Literally. Everything else happens because of season 1.
Well, you could say that about every show, but that's not even quite true. We kind of find out later everything happens because of something else.
Well, yeah, but there's also you could also say that because of season 1, because of the Red Star, that was part of the precursor and the prophecy for what happened later. I've had an hour-long debate on this before.
But you see, it's now. So, are you trying to say? And be honest with me here, Darth.
Okay.
Are you trying to say that the characters are not overall negative in the later seasons?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. That's not exactly a glowing endorsement.
There are some characters that are good.
Others have separation issues, if you could put it like that.
Jon Snow, his friend Sam.
I love Sam, he's brilliant.
Yeah, there's not a bad bone in Sam's body.
No. Yeah, Sam's a good guy. Sam's father hates him. Sam should be a lord, but he was too lazy and fat, so his father's like, I am not giving you your lordship, and then something epic happens to him and his brother.
So, Sam is who? In what family?
Sam is... Okay, how far into season 1? You saw...
I saw all of season 1.
Okay, so you saw the fat useless guy who's Jon Snow's fat friend.
Yeah.
Him.
Okay.
Now,
important.
I would say he could be possibly one of the most important characters in the last season. He is
definitely one of the most interesting story arcs.
Yes. Yes, he does. I mean, like, okay, so you start off, you're like, oh, Jamie's a dick, and now he's one of my favorite characters.
But you see, you're a dick, so...
Yes, but I'm a special kind of a dick.
How's that?
If you spend 5 minutes on my Discord, you would understand it. It got pretty dark. I literally turned every rank into a Nazi rank.
Really?
We thought it was funny.
You made
yes.
a Nazi Discord server.
Yes, me and Space Case from your Discord got about 2 seconds away from literally renaming it from the Vault into Auschwitz Fun Zone, now with Steam camps.
Wow.
I told you it got dark.
That's what happens when you let anyone on.
This is what happens when I get bored.
Yeah, remind me never, ever, ever to let Darth get any access to Discord.
Well, I'm already on your Discord, but yes, it would be wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't change anything, though.
I can change everything.
You can't change everything on my Discord.
I can if you let me in, please.
I'm not going to do that, Darth.
Damn you!
Well, first of all, you already insulted me about 3 times, and then on top of that, you were talking about how you turned your Discord server into basically Nazi recruitment.
I put it back!
I was waiting for the Nazis for a little while.
Yeah, for only like half an hour.
So...
Yeah. So, I spent one day 120 euros on every episode of Game of Thrones.
120 hours?
120 euros.
Oh, 120 euros. Okay.
Yeah.
Just buying it.
Yeah. Bought it all I'm doing.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's awesome. I'm sorry for you.
Well,
I have a King's Hand pin. I'm planning on getting the Queen's Hand, and I have ordered all the house banners.
I mean, I don't know how it is by you, Anti-Tracker, but I mean, here in New York, it's like literally when that show comes on, everybody is talking about it the next day.
Oh, I tell you,
whether it's
at work,
aunt, grandmother, coworkers.
My boss is obsessed with that show.
Yeah,
and so are about half my coworkers. It's
okay. Anti-Tracker, I will make a deal with you.
What's that?
How about this? Okay. If you watch all Game of Thrones up to the present day, if you don't like it by the time I will pay you $25.
25, but you see now, how much is it going to cost me to watch all of Game of Thrones?
Well, they're out now, so they're usually everywhere. I mean,
it depends how quickly you can watch it. If you get HBO Go for 1 month, I think that's $15. If you can watch them all in a month, it only costs you $15.
Sure, I'll just not do any videos or live streams for the next month. That would make sense. I'm sure after going for a month without putting any videos up.
Yes, but what you could do what you did with Stargate. Did a few episodes a night or something like that. Each episode is only an hour long, and there's episodes in a series.
Just don't watch it, with
Joshua and Realm.
With Joshua.
Well, yeah, I know that. I mean, I did see the first season. I know how dark that show gets.
It's not dark. It kind of gets porny.
Yeah.
It's not that it's terrible. I mean,
Yeah, I mean...
But it's just not something you want to be watching with your parents.
There's literally a scene in Season 2 where Daenerys asks a hooker slave how to please Khal Drogo. Oh no, that's in the first season. Yeah, so you've already seen that one. Later on in the season, there is a prostitute whose This line is literally spoken in a scene with dramatic talking. Now, play with her butt. You pretend to be the man.
The graphic sex drops off.
Yes,
After,
it does.
I don't know, 4 seasons or so.
After
And they also have dragons.
And the actresses and actors, they're getting paid too much to take their clothes off.
Well, actually, Cersei refuses. Cersei actually got a body double for that scene, and Daenerys has not shown herself since season 1. And when she did in any sort of revealing shot, that's not herself.
So,
Oh, poor Hodor.
Oh my God,
spoilers.
yes.
No spoilers, Mr.
I won't, but that's a spoiler you need to see yourself.
see, and Mrs. Anti-Checker is here, and she's just like, yeah, you watch Game of Thrones, you're on your own.
Hi, Mrs. Anti-Checker. Greetings from Ireland. Ha ha.
So, yeah, that's Lucky the Leprechaun and Bird of Prey that are talking.
Hey, who said I'm lucky?
How you can both sit out one of the defining television shows of the generation.
Yes, just as like you
not
never watching
the
Star
moon
Trek
landing.
or Star Wars.
I'll catch the next moon landing.
Yeah.
First of all, I saw the first moon landing.
Ah, you're old.
Yeah. And in fact, Mrs. Anti-Checker and I watched, is it, I'm trying to remember, is it Tomorrow is Yesterday? Is that the one where they accidentally captured the Air Force guys?
Yeah.
And so we watched that one just the other day. And of course, when they first realized they're in the 1960s is when they're listening on the radio about how they're about to do the first manned moon mission. And Uhura's like, manned moon mission? That was back in the 1960s. And so then Spock says, well, apparently, so are we.
No, my favorite one was when Quark went back in time with Nog and Rom, and they're like, oh, maybe that made me laugh.
Little green men.
That's it.
I remember that. So yeah, the Roswell incident was a couple of Ferengi. That actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but imagine you had never seen Stargate or Star Trek or Star Wars. That's literally Game of Thrones. Yes.
Except that, you see, while Stargate was just my problem with Stargate was not that they were all committing incest before they go on their mission. My problem was
that is explained.
It's explained why they have incest.
Not royal families and incest are not all that different in real life.
Yeah,
not to that extreme, but I mean it's
they're close. Well, actually, the House of Hanover was nearly that extreme. They were the most extreme.
Yeah, I have to say, I find this very interesting that Bird, you are defending incest.
I'm not defending it, but it was a.
Have you not seen Bird's Cousins? That's why Bird was defending.
God.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, the pharaohs, it happened. At least that's what we're told.
Yes, Cleopatra's parents and both Imhotep were bloody hell, the prince dude who died, the young pharaoh, Tutankhamun.
King Tut.
Yeah, Tutankhamun. His name was actually was replaced from Amun. Yeah, I forget who he was. I think he was Horus or Ra originally. And when his father converted, it was Tutankhamun. Then when he became the pharaoh, he switched his name back to Tutankhamun to get away from the stigma of his father. Both his father and his mother were brother and sister, and he was married to his sister, and they have found 4 to 5 mummified fetuses. And then they don't know what happened to her, but she married the next Pharaoh I, and she went missing. So they think that she just died off in childbirth.
So, first of all, now Mr. Miles says that Bird and Raven are spinning their wheels in the mud. Game of Thrones is far too dark for Anti-Trekker to enjoy. That's kind of where I feel, but you know, I know they're trying to push it. Also, Mr. Miles says comparing Stargate and Star Trek to Game of Thrones is wrong. And then on the lighter side, Thomas wants to know which is better, the DS9 Roswell episode or Futurama. I would actually have to go with Futurama.
Futurama.
Yeah. Roswell that ends well. Is that that's what it was, right?
But okay, so I will pay you then 40. No, 50 if you watch it.
You were really desperate to get me to watch Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Well, I will put it
Euros, not dollars. Euros.
And I appreciate that because euros are much nicer than dollars sometimes, depending on the.
Well, yes, they make nicer numbers in dollars.
Technically,
now.
Cleopatra's Greek.
So she was still a pharaoh.
Was she a pharaoh or was she? I'm trying to remember. I'm not a big history.
She was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty, the last dynasty. She was a pharaoh. She was Cleopatra the 8th.
I think some Roman emperors did the same thing. Europe.
Yeah. They did. Yeah.
Yes, but you see, here's the thing. Just because there are lots of examples in our history of this world of people with great power doing nasty things does not mean I want to watch that on TV.
But that dies off as well. That literally stops for most of them.
Well, you said around season 4. How many seasons are there?
No, that dies off around season 2. They literally stop.
Well, seeing it stops. The feelings are still there.
Yeah, the feelings are there, but seeing it stops. Yeah.
Plus, Jamie kind of falls for another girl. One he's not related to.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, and you're actually rooting for them, and then when... Yes. I'll try not to make it sound more creepy than it is.
Rooting for that.
Yeah, so, I mean... Yeah. You have to watch it. I will. If you watch it and
me to watch it again, Darth?
No, because you already like it.
Son of a bitch. I hate it.
No, you already like it. I mean, like, you like it. Hold on.
Be careful, Darth. You might get a visit from Dr. Alex.
No. I don't care. I can hear you.
This is going to be a good one.
All right, so Darth's having some personal family issues here. This is going to be good.
But, yeah, I mean, it's like basically like... Alexa, at 17-inch dildo...
It cut you off, Darth. You did get a chance to get
Damn it. Okay, hold on. Alexa, add 20-inch dildo to my basket. Yeah, but...
My Echo has anti-Irish technology.
In other words, it just can't understand the accent.
Well, that's basically Bird. He admitted to us on another... that he barely understands me.
That he barely understands you?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're Irish.
But he's from New York. Most of New York is Irish.
Yes, but
not really, Darth. Maybe in the 1940s. I don't know.
Well, that's actually New York was never mostly Irish. It's just that if you go back, the Irish were, really discriminated against and formed a lot of gangs and stuff in New York back in the day. But New York is actually interesting because one thing that New York has, unlike any other city in the United States, is pure, unadulterated segregation. So you go to a neighborhood in New York, and it's perfectly reasonable to ask what ethnicity lives here. So, and in fact, I had a good friend from Pakistan who went to school in New York for a while, and when he got back, he said, "I finally learned that I can hate everybody." That was his brilliant lesson on New York. So it looks like Darth is muted now. Did you mute him, or did he mute him?
I guess he's talking off with family.
Oh, he's still in with the family thing, but he remembered the mute button this time. Too bad. So we don't get to hear the drama this time. So you can see I've got a lot of roads on the island. Big roads on one side, little roads on the other. So that Mr. Miles,
Wow.
I don't know why I keep doing that, but Mr. Miles will be able to, just like he wants. He has his house here on the edge of this cliff. So, and from his house, let's move right up to his house here. So from his house, look at this. He has a great view of all the underlings there. And then he can look over there and see, those people over there. So this is a good spot. And there goes my phone. Let's see. I see.
I was laughing as the city burned. Yes.
What's that?
Somebody was comparing me to Nero Thomas.
Well, you are a lot like Nero. Nero didn't get out of bed much. And, he did kind of get off on killing and suffering. So, those are traits that you share with him. Are you denying this?
I don't think Nero is the best.
He's person. Italian and bald.
I don't know he was bald.
You don't know he wasn't.
Well, the thing about Bird of Prey, though, is that, see, I'm not saying he has the same ethnicity as Nero. I'm saying that he has similar attitudes as Nero, because he does. From all that we've seen, it really does appear that Bird of Prey truly enjoys some good killing time.
If it's simulated killing.
Especially to my Stockford, the Korean restaurant, Beagle Bites.
The restaurants that serve dogs are not protected by the Geneva Convention.
They don't serve dogs, they serve rodents, beagles.
Oh, Darth.
Oh, Bird.
So, Darth really, really likes the taste of beagle meat.
It's scrumptious and chewy.
He can't afford any real meat, that he has to eat beagle meat.
Well,
yes.
I can just see it now. Darth doing TV commercials. Beagle, the other white meat.
Maybe Alex can send you some British pounds. They'll be worth a little more.
No, it'll be like, hi, come to Beagle Wines. Now get fresh beagle ears for only $19.
So now Sassy, I assume, does not want to get eaten.
Sassy has no choice.
No, she does not.
Okay.
Well, you're saying it as if it's a choice.
So you're saying you're going to eat Sassy?
Yes.
Just trying to be...
No, I'm not. A Korean family is.
And why do you think that Koreans want to eat Bird of Prey's dog?
Because when they go to New York, they want that genuine New York taste, but also a taste of home.
I live in a very Asian neighborhood, okay? There are Koreans...
And that's why Sassy lives
within
inside.
3 or 4 doors of me.
Yes, but they're just waiting for that day, and they look at you and they're like, it is Mr. Bud! And
they have pets of their own. They're very friendly people.
Friendly and hungry are the same thing.
Wow. That's... I have to say, Darth, I'm going to have to side with Bird of Prey on this one. I think that... now, granted, is it Vietnam where they eat dog? But the
and China.
I don't know that they eat dog in China, but my understanding was that it was mainly out of desperation, not because they're like, ooh, yeah, I want some Great Dane for dinner.
Now, I mean, in North Korea, I wouldn't blame them for eating anything. Because, I mean, they're just starving to death.
Right.
Because they have no beagles. We need to import beagles to North.
Okay, Darth, you're making my mom upset now.
Don't make his mom mad.
Yes.
Talk.
Hi, Doc. This is Joe's mom.
Hey,
Hello.
I just took Sassy out. She was out there and she made a contract on you.
Uh-oh.
Your cousin Joe.
I'll get a couple of the boys around and they'll have a visit with her. Give her a good on the
Your
kneecap.
cousin Joe picked up the contract and he said he'd take care of it for nothing.
Oh, wow, that's awful nice.
I have so many cousins. I more than likely have a cousin.
Well,
say hi to him for me.
Don't worry, you'll hear from them very soon, Darth.
No, more than likely I will. I've contacted 4 people on that today alone about my being in my family tree. My family's
Darth, it's your cousin. How are you doing?
What was that?
I haven't seen you in so long, laddie.
Oh God, Bird had a stroke again.
No, I'm on my way to Dublin. I land in the morning, 0200.
We're Irish.
Oh, man. Bird.
We're gonna sing some songs. You can sing the little chimney sweep song. While wearing the leprechaun costume you had as a lad.
Oh, man.
Oh, if he keeps going with it, he will turn Japanese and Jamaican into one sentence.
I tell you, Bird, that is, without a doubt, the worst Irish accent I have ever heard in my life.
Yes.
Well, you see, I'm Northern Irish.
He's Northern Irish with a New Yorker accent.
You always have to be Lucky Charms. That's what you need to say.
Why do Americans always have to be that?
Because we know the truth. That's all that the Irish are good for.
I was on the call to my cousin and he turned around and he was like, they're after my look for me, and I'm like, I will kill you.
Well, you see, that's what you get for being Irish.
Yes, that is true.
That's why,
Actually, a box of Lucky Charms over here has to be imported from America, and they cost nearly 10 euros.
Really?
About $10 they'll cost.
Why are Lucky Charms so expensive?
Because they're not produced in Ireland.
Well, I figured that, but
yeah, import fees.
Well, so you guys got like pretty high import tax and stuff.
We do. We have a special area, and the area is basically just American food, and it's priced a lot higher than the other section. And then at Comic Con, there's like the most popular. There is this big, huge American candy stall, and let's say, how much does a Babe Ruth bar cost?
Just so you know, Mrs. Anti-Tracker was in chat.
Yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Anti-Tracker. Hope you're well.
She left because she said, I'm leaving while she still has an appetite because all you're talking about eating is dog.
And hello, Night Breeze.
But a Babe Ruth bar at Comic Con costs €2.50, about $3.20.
Are you serious?
Yes.
All right,
I'm very serious.
Then here's what we need to do. Get me to freaking Comic-Con next year, and I'll just bring a few thousand Babe Ruths.
Dude, you're not... If you just bring that 3D printer, you make a mint. I'm not joking. These guys, they rock up in the morning and they have this... They literally have the boxes coming in all the time, and all you... It's just the boxes ripping open because so much of their stuff goes out. I walk up to it and I buy a bit much, okay? Yeah. It gets sad.
So, I'm beginning to understand, and thank you for this, Darth, is that, I don't know, Darth, have you ever seen the movie Braveheart?
Of course.
Okay. Well,
that is hilarious.
I don't know how popular it is on your side of the ocean.
It's popular enough.
All right, so you finally helped me understand a line from that movie.
Okay.
And that is when Richard Longshanks looks at Robert the Bruce and says, "Insane Irish." Thank you.
Okay.
You've now resolved that mystery for me.
At the time of William Wallace, we had 150 kings ruling Ireland at the same time.
Well, that would explain why you're insane then.
Then we all had one high king who... Do you want to know how you stop being a king in Ireland and how a king in Ireland?
How's that?
To become a king in Ireland, you get really drunk. Then you get brought down to the local field. You get put on a stone, few spells get set around you. Yeah, you get brought over to a white cow. Specially bred white cow. You have sex with that cow, and you're the king.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am very serious.
You've got to be messing with me.
No, I am not messing with you.
So
this is how the Celts chose their kings.
So a part of the coronation ceremony, so to speak, is to have sex with a cow.
Yes.
Somehow I've lost more respect for the Irish.
Yeah.
As if you had any. Then, now you are responsible for the army of your clan and your little kingdom. You're responsible for the well-being of your, and that well-being includes the weather. You have to have the gods look favorably upon you, otherwise sacrifice to said god, and your nipples will be cut off.
Wait,
and you will be thrown alive. What?
What is with you guys?
And you will be thrown alive into a bog.
A what?
A bog.
A bog.
Like a swamp.
Yes, it's especially earthy swamp, basically. You can use the top of it to make turf with and heat houses and fires.
Darth?
Yes?
Ireland
is a weird place.
So it sounds like exactly the type of place to film quicksand porn.
Well, no, I filmed that in your house.
What is quicksand porn?
It's Darth's favorite type.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I understand what it is.
It's literally women sinking in quicksand.
Burr seems extremely knowledgeable on this fact.
Well, you seem to, if it's your favorite, that...
It's not my favorite. I was on a DJ Odyssey stream. I was hopped up on painkillers and I must have said something. I don't even remember the stream.
So you're on a DJ Odyssey stream talking about how much you like quicksand porn, and you don't remember.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Well, you know what they say when you're on painkillers, you just speak the truth.
Possibly. I also thought I was a dinosaur. So, take that as what you will. Yeah, Ireland is a very weird place. Also, that interaction... William Wallace's wife, the real William Wallace wasn't ever married because Isabella, in reality, she was 9 and in France.
Well, yeah, I knew that. Yeah. But just like, really, William Wallace and Robert the Bruce probably never met. But
actually, they would have.
You think
Robert the Bruce? Well, Robert the Bruce was actually, by all, if I can remember correctly. Okay.
I lost you. What did you say?
He was Norman.
Okay.
He was married in my city. The tower is still standing where he was married. There's a big display to it on the inside. It costs you €3 to get in. It's not worth it.
So, do you know so much about Scottish history just because Irish history is so depressing and depraved?
Actually, Scottish. The first Scots were actually Irish because the Irish had
I know they were a mix of the Irish and the Picts, but yes, I know that much.
Yeah, because Ireland had a kingdom called Dalria, which stretched from what is now northern to southwestern Scotland.
And that's why we now get the term diarrhea.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So what happened was they sent a load of people over, and then when the one king died, there was two kings, and then the king over in Scotland founded his own king, the kingdom of Alba, and the king in the Dalria became the High King of Ireland, the Ardrina Hera. So then you got Richard I of Alba, and good God if I cannot pronounce his name, of Ireland. Yes, the Irish kings had extremely screwed up names.
Wow. Just,
yes.
Wow, the things I've learned on this stream that I can't unlearn.
I know.
But,
I know.
On the bright side, Mr. Miles now has a city. So, it's still under development. You can see buildings popping up all over the place. So, Mr. Miles, you should be very happy and very proud of your little city here.
I can't wait for it to be hit by asteroids.
Well, first of all, I need to save the game because I wouldn't want the city to be lost. All right.
That is true.
So, yes, we want to proceed. All right, so now, let's take... So, Mr. Miles, we're going to try, for once, to get something. Let's do an earthquake. How good are the earthquakes on a 10? You still there, Bird?
Yeah, that'll cause damage pretty significant where you click, but it'll also cause damage all over the city.
Right.
But less, not as...
Why don't you have an apocalypse day? Why don't you just try everything? Earthquake, asteroids, typhoons, all at the same time, and just sit back and see what happens.
Well, the thing is, like, Bird of Prey tried to do that. The biggest problem with that is the fact that it crashes your computer because it slows things down so much. Okay, so the earthquake is hitting.
An earthquake is occurring.
Thank you. An earthquake is occurring. You know, if you got a news bulletin that an earthquake is occurring and you were surprised by that, you have problems. I'm just saying.
Or you're drunk.
Yeah, well, or you're just Irish. All right.
Well, actually, Ireland don't get earthquakes, so nah.
Right. That's why but you see, you guys probably think the ground is always moving anyway because of all that booze you have in you.
Wait, the ground isn't moving? I didn't know that.
You see?
Someone has to inform the village elders.
Right. Oh, Mr. Miles, like, bring on the quakes because you live in California. Well, lost quite a few houses and stuff up here at the top. Look at all that damage there. And everybody's out of water now. So
I've actually laughed with my cousin who's from Massachusetts. I could imagine the first Irish people arriving off the boats and walking over and they're like, oh, this is a great piece of land.
Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
They're like,
oh. All right, so after the earthquake, I've tried something a little different, but we'll see. North Dakota, when our ground shakes, that means you got oil. Well, I'll tell you, I grew up in California, lived in Oregon for a while, so I've been through a few shakers. But tornadoes scare me more than earthquakes.
Why? Both signs, God hates you.
Earthquake is occurring.
Yeah, but
don't panic.
Tornadoes
wait
are
for
just
help
scary.
if you are in the affected area.
I think it goes back to when I was a little kid.
Experts predict an earthquake.
Let's see. Looks like there was a meteor impact there. I wasn't paying attention. I think that was, from the looks of it, looks like it was a meteor impact. And the wave is going all over the place. So I think we need to do something a little more drastic. What do you think?
Fill in the bottom curve of the wrench and then make little islands off the top. Don't tell Miles.
An earthquake is occurring.
Oh, I selected earthquake on everything. Oh, so that's from the earthquake, those waves. Alright. It's doing pretty good damage, though. Look at all those roads that are gone.
Hey, there goes Miles' house. He has nowhere to live.
I'm glad to see you're happy about the suffering of others. I know you're Irish.
My country's history, the suffering of others makes me laugh.
Alright, so I got a few of these asteroids all around.
Yeah, just get the last of those survivors.
Yeah. Gotta go for the schools, right, Bird?
And the hospitals and the cemetery.
So why the cemeteries?
People visiting their families. People at funerals.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I mean, there's not that many people at the cemeteries compared to the other locations.
But they're still there.
Just seemed right. I don't know.
And Gary Hinton, good to see you. So you just heard Bird of Prey say it seems right to take out the innocent people at cemeteries.
Well, they'd be grieving. I'm sure they would envy the dead.
Living on that island after what they had today? Yes, they would envy. You want to hear what I said on my Discord? Made everyone.
I don't think I do.
No.
Well, you're going to hear it. So you know Hiroshima.
Jesus.
The city, yes.
This isn't starting off well.
There was probably someone who got up in the morning, burnt their
An imminent forest fire in the area.
spilled their coffee, burnt their toast, fell a bit down the stairs, and they're like, "Oh, now I realize like this is the worst day ever." What breaks card or
immediately.
coming down?
Report that a devastating meteor
Well, you know, that's funny because that is true. You think about, I mean, well, it's sad but true, but the, you think about since the whole city was pretty much vaporized, there were people with every you know, somewhere in Hiroshima, it's extremely likely that there was a couple who was engaging in activities that only couples in romantic relationships engage in, and they were just finishing.
Avoid the impact site and head to
You know that there was someone who was having the worst case of diarrhea?
Report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter.
You know, even funnier, there was someone failing to kill.
Has occurred. Avoid the
I'm glad you cut off there. I have no idea what you said.
A meteor strike has occurred.
Mr. Biles wants to know, when am I going to start watching SG1 episodes again? Pretty soon here. Once I get back into the groove of things, getting videos out, that's more important right now.
Oh yes! I said this to Bird. Bird doesn't like this idea. I said, Clyden's Bortus's parents are Michael Dorn and Tim Ross. Sorry, Michael Dorn and Christopher Judge, who are and Tilk, and Clyden's parents are the guy who plays Martok and Tim Ross.
To stay indoors.
Well, I could see that, but what would the point be? Just to have more Trek alum and stuff on there?
More Trek alum, because they are having as a spiritual leader.
Right.
Who?
Kira from DS9.
Yeah, I did hear she was going to be on there.
Yeah.
Thunderstorm is battering the city.
Did you hear how why she wasn't in the last season? It's actually...
Yeah, that she didn't realize she got the part and she got on a plane.
Yeah, because she was moving or something.
Something like that.
Hey, Kilhoun, do you ride horseback and work a cattle ranch? That's interesting. We hate when other people from other states ask us if we still ride horseback and we are all cattle ranchers. When I went back...
Why don't North and South Dakota join together?
Oh, really? Why doesn't Northern Ireland and Ireland just join together?
Because that's actual politics.
Yeah, well, they're actual states.
Within one country.
More power separate.
Yeah, they actually do. That's true. So,
the country's weird.
So, Mr. Miles, your wrench has been cleansed of life. Still some fires burning, some smoldering remains. But I think it's safe to say that everybody is dead. There's where your house was standing. So...
I think I see a squirrel left.
Hold on.
Is that the statue?
Yeah, the statue survived.
God is Republican, confirmed.
So there you go, Mr. Miles. I got to give you credit there. Your statue is actually survived. I don't know. How do you? Is there any way to change the focus on this thing? Because sometimes it gets off, like it is now.
No, not that I know of.
Oh yes, did you hear that The Last of being cancelled on Netflix?
The what was cancelled?
The Last of the Marvel shows. I think it's Jessica Jones.
But I was expecting that because what Netflix has been doing is basically what they're doing is they're just being kind of dicks about it. Since they know that Disney's moving everything to their streaming service, they're just saying, we're canceling the shows because they knew there wasn't going to be another season anyway.
Yeah.
Because all these any of these shows they continue are going to continue on the Disney streaming service.
Well, I think that they'll be how do you think the Disney streaming app will do?
Better than CBS.
Oh, a lot better, yeah.
And my understanding is the Disney one may go worldwide too, which would be a smart move.
Yes, yeah. Oh my God, I hate the Disney store. The staff are so needy.
I still am blown away by this. Is the only thing that survived that massive...
I have an idea.
Cataclysm.
Why don't you do another meteor strike all in that one spot?
Just like nail the... well, let's see. Maybe it's an invincible statue or something, but we'll try. Mr. Miles, you are a stubborn son of a... Let's see. Let's get... I always forget. Where are they? There we go. And we want a meteor strike on the statue. Ground zero. How many should we drop on them?
All of them.
Well, there is no all of them.
50.
I'm not doing 50. I should have already been off this stream. Alright, so after this, then I'm signing out.
Okay.
So we'll see if these meteors can actually take down Mr. Miles. The statue has earned the right to... well, that's a hardy statue, I gotta say, because look around it.
I'm going to leave this call and I'll head back today.
Alright, Darth, you have a good rest of your day, man.
See if you can move the statue before it hits.
Why would I want to move it?
I don't know. Feels like it's been through enough.
Wow, you are saying that?
Mercy.
Wow. I'm impressed.
I'm not without compassion.
Darth Kilhoun wants the next plot line. All right, Darth. Well, the next time we do this, in fact, I think I'm gonna probably just make like Mondays are gonna be City Skyline days. Helps me relax a little. Or maybe we'll do a different day. I don't know. It's struggled enough. Well, we'll find out in just a minute, Mr. Miles, just how tough you really are. Because I sent about a half a dozen meteors after you. And if that statue survives that, I will be incredibly impressed. Oh, wait, did it slow down? Yeah, it did. I was like, why is it not hit yet? There we go.
Astrologists report that a devastating...
The astrologists have reported it.
...near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately.
Here we go.
If any is available.
Bad day for Scorpio.
Report that a devastating
Bam!
will strike the city in the near future.
Bam! Look at that.
Shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid
Look at all that.
Shelter if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Okay, this has got to be.
Avoid the impact site and head to
That
shelter
actually
if any
worked.
is available. A meteor strike has occurred.
Look at that
Avoid
crater.
the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Look at that crater. Holy crap. And yet, a single high tension line, even though it's abandoned, has survived.
What?
Do you see that?
I see it, but that's weird there'd be an abandoned symbol on it.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times before. Yeah, I think the statue... Oh, you don't like your city? Well, geez, thanks. But and the ocean is now coming in to take care of any loose debris that might be in that crater. That is a ridiculously cool looking crater, though. There's no denying that. And you got the nice thing is if you decide to build in the crater, you've got, you know, the telephone line or the power line. Let's see if we can. There, now it's not abandoned anymore. Just had to reconnect it. All right, guys. I'm just like getting loopy here. Have a great night or morning or whatever. Thanks for hanging out with me, Bird. I know it's getting past your bedtime. And take care, blah, blah, yada, yada stuff.
And sing it, sing it, sing it.
Good night, everyone.
This here and
have a good one, Bird.
Sing it. Baby Vader someday later, now he's just a small fry. Sing it. He left his home
Sing
and
it.
kissed his mama goodbye. Sing it. Saying soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. How good the boy could be. So we took him there and we told the tale how his Morty chlorons were off the scale and he might fulfill the prophecy. Sing it! Morty chlorons, Morty chlorons, Morty. Sing it! 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 Chlorons, Morty. Sing it!